I'm in San Diego, California, just around the corner from the biggest comic and popular arts convention in the world, Comic-Con International. I reckon this has got to be the perfect place to find the ultimate hero. Man, this place is absolutely huge. What makes this event so big, so popular here?
First of all, when you walk in, it's a sensory overload. Visually, there's a lot to see, a lot to take in. You almost have to process it slowly.
It's a potpourri of paraphernalia and actors and artists and whatever your interests are in this genre, you can definitely find like something to entertain you.
Everyone loves heroes and villains, and Comic-Con's the best place in the world to see the world's greatest heroes and villains. You look around, everywhere you look is a hero or a villain. I see Iron Man over there, I see Predator, I see aliens, all Dad's creatures. That's, I think, draws people. It's dramatic, it's exciting, and heroes and villains will never go out of style.
What is it about us in the world that we want heroes so much?
I think that we all just want to find somebody who's better than ourselves to make us want to achieve more, to just do better in this world. So that's what we look towards heroes.
Okay, so do you think that we need a hero?
That's right, and here I am.
You're the man.
For the right price.
We definitely need heroes. Everybody needs a hero. I think everybody needs somebody to admire, yeah. Whether it's an everyday hero or it's somebody in real life, I think everybody needs somebody to look up to.
I believe that we do need heroes to help show us that there's something more than evil out there.
So what do you think about good triumphing over evil?
Well,
and a lot of the superhero stories.
I think it's interesting how you have an imperfect person trying to be perfect, like Superman, for example. But yeah, so it's really interesting to see how, from a imperfect perspective, we try to make ourselves perfect, yet we still have faults.
It's our nature, and we have flaws and stuff like that, you know. So having someone that can, you know, kind of uplift you and kind of like take away your problems for a bit, even if it's for a movie, we like the idea.
I think there's definitely a need for people to believe in something, especially when there's so much, so many hardships in life, so much depression, so many bad things, and you need something positive to think about. And obviously, a hero is a singular idea that can rise above everything else, and you can aspire to that. You can want to become a hero, change your own life, and get out of all the hatred and violence you're in.
Tell me, why does justice have to prevail?
Justice has to prevail because it creates us in a sense of comfort and safety. It reminds us that there is something beyond ourselves and that we can trust the people around us. If justice keeps prevailing, then we can all go on with our society. If we start not to believe in justice, then we can't even trust anybody.
I'm a big believer in justice. It's the one thing I get really irate about if I see injustice anywhere. I think it's really important. I think the world would be a much better place if we thought about justice a little more on every level.
I think in the end, there's a better way to do things, and justice sort of helps that along. Without justice, we will continue to sort of eat each other alive.
I'd like to think justice will prevail in the end. Of course, you know, we have little hiccups in history where the bad guys seem to be winning, but the heroes are going to win in the end.
Faster? You're going to have to do faster than that. You're going to beat Tiffany. Free suckers!
What are some of the characteristics of a hero that you would particularly admire?
Like Jesus. Like, they make you feel good and protected, and they do their job, and he's just, you know, an all-powerful, like, figure to people to feel comfort and joy and love and just, like, all the things that make life beautiful. Honor? Is that
the will to sacrifice?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, the will to sacrifice?
Bravery.
Bravery.
Noble.
Anyone that chooses to do the right thing. Even when the hardships around them are forcing them to do the wrong thing, they still fight and persevere to do the right thing. That's the hero everyone should be aspiring to.
Sure. We can believe in someone, like a figure, someone who can represent, the goodness that's left in the world, in a world that we can see that it's going, kind of downhill, like all the crime and all the stuff. That we can look to one person to give us hope and inspiration. Not necessarily do the work for us, but someone who could do the choices, and even if those choices are hard. It's not about the costume, it's not about, the powers or the cool gear that they have. It's about the choices they make, Sometimes the most heroic choices are not always, the best ones.
I've been thinking about this superhero thing. Sure, they can cut in the comic book world, but what about the real world?
Because I'm pretty much very human, I don't really have much weaknesses besides a normal human. Other than that, I'm allergic to fish, but I guess that's my weakness. Just throw some salmon on me and I puff up and die.
He's pretty much nothing but weaknesses in a way. Like, he's arrogant and irascible and easily deceived. He's way too into certain nerdy things to his detriment. He's not particularly great with chicks. He's a little too into Doctor Who.
Really, I'm just a guy in a suit.
Probably vanity.
Vanity?
Yeah, there's a certain level of kind of I feel the power of being in this, and if you strip this away from me, yes, I definitely don't have that power anymore.
Okay, so if you strip this away from you, then you're just human?
Yes.
Okay,
exactly.
All right. So we're the real heroes. Those perfectly selfless characters who give it all to save us. Well, they're not down there. In fact, whether in fiction or reality, that ideal seems pretty slippery. Even among the best of us, if we're honest, it's a standard that we can't possibly live up to. Maybe that's why we like these fantasy characters so much. Because at least in the movies and the comic books, they can save the world. Yet in reality, our heroes don't. We're still here, trapped in a life filled with pain. So much for superheroes. As German philosopher Martin Heidegger once suggested, it would take a god to save us.